Rachel, welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you the long anticipated houseplant tour of my mom's houseplants. A lot of you have been requesting this and I did promise it in my last video, so today is the day. I'm going to start in her living room. She has her salon too that I'll show you all of her plants in there as well, but we'll just start in her house, and she has a lot of new plants since the last houseplant tour. I'll link that up in the iCard for you so that way you can see that. But also, she has a lot of new growth on her plants too. This is that northeastern window exposure that I'm always telling you guys about that plants seem to absolutely love. She's had so many plants in here, like Hoyas and things that have just done so well. Right now she has this snake plant that's just amazing. And a spider plant, of course. I'm not sure what this is called, but it was just a little tiny thing when she got it, and it's just exploded with its growth, and it loves it here, as well as her Thanksgiving cactus. It's doing so good right now. Of course, it always blooms beautifully. This window gets really nice and cold for it, so it really helps push the blooms. Same with on her Sansevieria. It feels the temperature enough that it pushes lots of blooms in the spring. And she has a beautiful ivy over here. My mom can get ivies to grow like no one else in her house. It's amazing. And another spider plant, and a Sansevieria, and another Sansevieria. She has two Sansevierias, two different kinds obviously. This one was in like the same pot as the one that's in my upstairs that's not doing super great. So I took the one that's not looking, it didn't look as good, but you can see this is new growth, all these down here, over here. They love these kinds of windows. This Dieffenbachia right here is really nice and bushy. These tend to get leggy, but as long as you can kind of keep them trimmed up a little bit, then they will stay a little bushier. But then she has a panda ear. This angel wing begonia is beautiful. My mom doesn't like it as much just because it grows kind of weird, but I actually really like the way it grows. And I mean, she could cut it all down, which she does do that to keep it from getting too weird looking, but the leaves curl in, and I'm not sure if that's because of the variety or because of its growing environment, but I think it's really cool looking. It's kind of one of my favorite ones over here. In my mom's kitchen, she only has a few plants in here, and she got this ivy recently because she wanted something to grow up and around and create a curtain here, and this one has been growing. She got this like a month or two ago, and it's just growing like mad. It really loves its space. And this is an eastern window, and so it's only getting a lot of brighter morning light, and then the rest of the day it's more filtered, and it's really loving its life so far. And another spider plant. She has spider plants all over her house because they're really good at filtering the air from formaldehyde and things. And then, man, I still haven't gotten this one in my head yet of what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but this is the little plant that she gave me she gave me the big plant. She took this one out because she didn't have as much room over in her living room where she had it, so she replaced that one crazy plant with this one here. And that was like, what, not even a month ago, and it already has a baby. So in my mom's laundry room, she has this window ledge that my grandpa made for her to make it to where she can have more plants over here. And she has a flowering kalanchoe. I have this plant, I got a cutting from it that I have in my craft room, and it's never really done that great, but you can see this plant I think is older than me, and it's been in this pot the whole entire time, and there's all these babies down there. It's always growing, and it has these beautiful flowers on it as well. So in this little thing, my mom had a maidenhair or wire vine in there, and it died, and it wasn't the kind of plant that she wants to keep because it takes a little bit too much care, and so she put these little succulents in there that were just ones that fell off of other succulents, and they're growing, of course. And in here, this is her wild arrangement that she's like, There's some graptos in there that are so cool, and also this huge jade, but it's a little wild for her and she doesn't necessarily like that usually. But this one, this sedum, is growing some babies over there. I think it's pretty cool. She has one of these. I don't know what it's called. It just reminds me of thyme, but like a succulent thyme. I don't know. And then there is a cyclamen that's always blooming. It does so good. Oh, and it has some succulents that decided to root in there. And then she also has an agave. Is that what that is? I'm pretty sure that's an agave. But that was tiny when she put it in there, and she thought it would be perfect, and then all of a sudden it got huge, like right away. But it slowed down at least enough that hopefully she can keep it in there for a long time. Just this week, one of her clients gave her this like curly, thinner leaved, like look how curly these leaves are. This is a lipstick plant. So her client got this at the same nursery that I get a lot of my plants from. It's not quite focusing. Now forget about my hand. There. So this window is a western and northern exposure. This used to be my room, and so this is where I first had my own plants. And I had quite a few plants that did really good here, except for I had my cactus in my mom's kitchen, so in the windowsill. But otherwise, I had a few plants in here. I was not very good at taking care of plants though when I first started out. Anyways, my mom only has a few plants in here because this is an area that she doesn't go into very often. It's just a playroom, and so obviously she doesn't come in here for herself very much. And she has a couple of spider plants. This spider plant actually is a volunteer from this one. It planted itself in here. And over here in this one, I think that this is some kind of a peperomia in here, like a very succulent variety. And I don't know, it's in here doing stuff along with this spider plant. And then over here she has a peace lily that she got on clearance years ago. And I don't know why it looks like this, but I don't think it originally looked like this. I thought originally it was darker green leaves, but being here, it's just developed this look to it. I don't know. She keeps it in this bowl of water so that way it can survive, because otherwise, you know, it would die because it needs to be watered more than once a week. In my mom's office, she only has 2 plants. She has another spider plant. She has a spider plant in I think every room. And then she also has an arrowhead plant. And this, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It just grows all towards the sun because, you know, arrowhead plants are just one of those plants that they just need tons of sunshine. Even when I put them in my southern window, they're still plastering themselves against the window. They're crazy. So in my parents' bathroom, above their shower, they have this area that my mom puts a bunch of plants on, and she put an ivy up there. She just did this one recently, and a spider plant, another ivy. There's a pothos enjoy up there, and an arrowhead plant, and another spider plant. Oh, also there's a fern that just planted itself in there from another fern. My mom recently got this sansevieria. It's another kind of bird's nest sansevieria, and we got this table at an antique store. And it just looks so cute on there. She wanted something else over here, but not blocking the TV or anything. So this turned out really nice. And then up over in this corner, there's a southern and a western window. And she has this pothos enjoy over here. A client gave her that. So it's just been having the time of its life over there. And then over here she has a variegated jade that it's getting bright light all day, of course. And I love this pot that it's in. It's so beautiful. So my mom has a loft in her room that she has all these plants up on. Here you can see she has some spider plants, of course, and this ivy. She's had this one for years, probably like at least 15 years, if not a little more. And a pothos, a golden pothos, and I don't know what else she has actually, because this is a type of tradescantia. It's just a green tradescantia and golden pothos, and I'm not sure what this is. It's cool though. It's a very thick-leaved plant. So I don't know if you know what it is, let me know. Oh my goodness, the Tradescantia is growing all the way over here. Part of the loft, there's like this hole here, so that way the light can go down here too. And it's awesome. I thought I'd show you something else really cool. We've had a really like cold October, and November's been pretty warm, and so the pansies started blooming again in this flower box that my mom has, and the primrose. There's more pansies. They're just happy as can be. There's some hens and chicks in here too, just different things, but the pansies, like, they're just so happy. And the primrose. It's so fun. Like in my mom's house, her salon only has plants that are easy to take care of, low maintenance, and, you know, don't require any fussing at all. So let's check around her salon. She has a shamrock over here that blooms all the time. When Thomas was a baby, he kind of destroyed it a little bit. He was always playing in the pot with them. But they've come back because they're amazing plants and they just do great. She has a window over here, and then she has 2 skylights and another window, so the salon gets a lot of bright light. Over here, she has a couple plants that Thomas gave her. And this one has done a huge split, but it doesn't have a new baby growth in the middle yet. But there's a little air plants, a couple of them. And then she has another Enjoy. This is the one that, it's from the same lady from in her bedroom. This is just what we didn't put in that, and it's growing in the water, of course, because that's what they do. Over here, she has a huge aloe that one of her clients gave her, and a spider plant, another sansevieria, and then another sansevieria, and then another dumb cane. This one, it's so cool. It's like growing in a waterfall almost. Then up here she has her jasmine plant that hers is doing so much better than mine. And she lets it get colder when she's not in here during the winter. So down to like 50. And so maybe this will bloom in the spring. We shall see. Hopefully it will. Over by her shampoo bowl, she has some ogre ears. Like a couple different kinds actually. Like this one, some sort of a littler jade, and then these ones are more of the spoon jade. And then is that yeah, that's a Haworthia. That has just gotten huge. And then up here she has these cactuses that actually came from where she grew up on a farm in eastern Colorado. And then up here, one of her clients gave her this, and it's always growing. It's kind of crazy, and it's also beautiful, but I'm not going to move it too much because the plants are a little big, and also her camera's up there. So anyways, well, alrighty, that's the whole tour of all my mom's plants. She has a lot, but they're all very easy to take care of, and they're not overwhelming. She doesn't like to have too many because she doesn't want them to just feel cluttered and too crazy. She wants to only have plants that make her feel like her space is fresh and alive and calming and peaceful and clean, you know what I mean? But there's something that's very important to her because she has a toxin sensitivity, and that's why she has a non-toxic salon too, which is really cool. But having the houseplants, the reason why she has so many of them is because they actually do help clean the air. Now she has big air filters for her house as well, but having the plants is still very important to her, and I mean, they're important to me too. Knowing that there is something living in my house that's helping me take care of it, it's just really cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm kind of shaking the camera a little bit. There. I didn't bring my tripod with me. So anyways, I hope you have a really great day, and I will talk to you next week. If you have any questions, then please do let me know. And if they're from my mom, I can ask her. Anyways, I hope you have a really great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye!